Welcome to the last episode of the second act of The Baby Monitor, a podcast of family horrors. Act 2, Episode 13. Lissa and Eric meet for coffee. For coffee's the blood and the life. At a Starbucks in a strip mall, surrounded by a big box bookstore and a big box shoe store. I was surprised to get your text, he says. I was surprised you answered. And she is, but she's also a little thrilled. The coffee protects her. A drink is a date, an invitation to darker things. A coffee is a meeting with a client, and it is not her fault that he is who he is. She called the daycare, asked for the name of a teacher who had the day off, left Asher with Miss Something at $20 an hour. She put on extra eyeliner for every day she wanted to and couldn't because time wouldn't allow. She ordered jasmine tea instead of coffee because she wants her breath to smell sweet, and this alone she knows she cannot excuse, and this is her favorite of all things, the action that makes her feel most alive. The cool tea in her hand is a constant reminder all clocks are always ticking. Decided to step out on your own? What? Your new business. Tell me about that. Her heart had jumped, and she waits for it to still. It just makes sense for me right now. I learned the numbers side running the place, but if I wait too long, I'll lose my book of business. It was one of those things. I had to make a move. Do you have a location picked out? Eric takes a drink of coffee, and it's like he's stabbing her in the stomach. I'm gonna work out of my home till things get going. That way I can keep an eye on my... She swallows the last word, tries to. And then, I was looking last night and I can get a chair off eBay, make up a space in my kitchen to work from. He leans forward and says, "Want to show me?" She looks at him. She looks down. She looks back, making sure she's not interpreted him wrong. "I'm married," she says. And he answers, "That's not a no." She laughs and makes a sigh and laughs again. No. He smiles and says, "That's still not a no." She leans back in her chair and enjoys this feeling, revels in it, smells the sweet, nutty air and the warmth of tiny spaces and the sounds of chatter, all these private lives being lived in public, her private life suddenly having one. She's excited, wet a little, but mostly she's just happy and she doesn't want to let it go. Let's just wait. He doesn't seem fazed. He shrugs a bit. Can't blame a guy for trying. It was worth a shot. He says none of these things. He says all these things. He seems almost blissfully innocent, unaware of the lie he is asking her to build. She says, "You own your own business too, right?" "Not exactly. I have to travel a lot. I work on a commission." The conversation, it goes on like this for an hour, but Eric will not let her forget what he is after. He teases her, he touches her, he is a relentless flirt, continually bringing the conversation back to her, her body, various places they could escape to. The back seat of his car. It's an SUV, no one could see in. The Starbucks bathroom, just for 10 minutes. At this last pass, she startles, looks at her watch and realizes that in 10 minutes, she has to retrieve Asher from a sitter 15 minutes away. She starts to gather her things. "Sure you don't want to take me home?" Lissa laughs. Lissa shakes her head. But what Lissa says is not no. It is, "We don't have time." "Okay. Well, I'll just have to make an appointment like everybody else." "You do that," she says. And she leans her face in close enough he cannot mistake her intentions. And then she closes the distance and kisses him hard with the whole of her sweet jasmine mouth. Lips, and then tongue, and then teeth. Not sure who might be watching, Lissa Platt runs on electric legs across the parking lot. That's the end of Act 2. And I wonder, have you figured it out yet? The entire third and final act of The Baby Monitor takes place during one night in the Platt house. Brace yourself.